think it's time to cover a little bit of a segment that we do every once in a while that I like to call Bill's Day Off. We're actually going to do it this week. We haven't done this in a while, but I would like to tell you a little bit how my day off went. Now, before we get to that, guys, let's get some support on the stream today. I've been doing this for over half an hour now, and we don't have a single contribution. Let's get some stuff. Let's get some super chats, super stickers, memberships, gifted memberships on the YouTube side. Let's get some subs and gifted subs on the Kick side. And let's get some tips on whatever, because tips are through PayPal. You can go through whatever. Right now, I got nothing, zero. So let's get some kind of contribution going to get the momentum going and keep the streak alive for this week. Okay, cool. All right. So yesterday was my day off, and I had a lot of stuff to do. Notably, two things happened that I'd like to tell you a story about, okay? The first is I had to return my ceiling fan to a store. Now, actually, I had ordered the ceiling fan online, but sadly, you couldn't return it online. I was like, huh? Yeah, I went to look at it, and they're like, so you can't mail it back. What you got to do is you got to bring it to a brick-and-mortar store for a return. And I was like, well, I don't really want to return it. I want an exchange, right? I don't need my money back. I need another fan to have installed this week that works. So, basically, the way it works is this store has a returns area, but the returns area is before their entry gate. But it's hilarious because their entry gate is literally like two metal bar things with a sign that says enter here. And as you walk towards it, a sensor opens it automatically and closes it. If you're on the other side in the store, you can't leave that way. It says this is entrance only. And if you try to exit by pushing, it actually makes a big loud sound to try to attract attention. And you might say, oh, that's great. That's a great theft deterrent system, right? Except you don't realize I live in Washington State. Washington State is one of the top 3 most liberal states in the United States. And literally, no one here does a damn thing to stop shoplifting. All the stores hate it, but they kept changing our laws so much in the last, say, 5 years. They made it so that, I'm not even kidding you, they won't even prosecute someone who steals unless they steal like $2,000 worth of product. I wish that was a joke, but that's the rule of thumb they use around here. You have to steal $2,000 worth of product from a store for someone to actually have it stick. So, here's what happens, right? I'm thinking in my head, I got the broken fan, and I grabbed the cart from the lot. And I'm like, I'm just going to push the broken fan in the store. I'm going to go right to the fan aisle. I'm going to grab the replacement fan, put it on the cart, and I'm going to go to the returns area. But I didn't realize how it worked, that the returns area was before the gate. All right? So, I did exactly what I did. I got my cart, I put the broken fan in, I push it in. As I'm walking in the gate, I realized, oh shit, what am I going to do now? Because I'm going to have an unpaid for fan in the cart. And the only way for me to get back to the returns area would be to leave the store with something I didn't pay for, go back around the other entrance and enter there to get to the returns area. So this is going to be a problem. I mean, I can push through and the alarm's going to go off and people are going to come running, right? So I'm trying to think in my head how I'm going to do this. So I go and I get the new fan. I put it on the cart. I go back to the area and I'm staring like, so what's the lesser of two evils? Walking out of this store with something I didn't pay for and someone accusing me of stealing, or pushing through the gate and making a big racket. So I managed by complete chance there was an employee walking by. I said, excuse me, what do you recommend I do here? And I explained the situation. He goes, sir, just push right on through that gate. I said, but it's going to make a loud noise. Everything. He goes, nobody cares. He goes, it doesn't mean anything. We can't stop anyone. It's against, we literally cannot stop a shoplifter. The gate is just for show. It's a deterrent. No one stops anyone stealing. Push right through the gate and go to the returns line. Okay, so I did. No one looked. No one cared. No one gave a shit. And I walked right to the returns line. And I will say this. Listen to this customer service. Okay? I had to wait in line. There's like 2 people in front of me. I get to the clerk, and the guy says, so how can I help you? And I said, this one has a dead motor. This one I want a replacement. He says, put the broken one on the counter. I put it up. He goes, have a nice day. I said, wait, what? You don't want my information? He goes, I'll scan the box. I see there's a bar. He said, don't worry about it. Just get out of here. Okay. Sounds good to me. You're not going to waste any more of my time. That's great customer service. And I got the hell out of there. So that was excellent. I thought there was going to be like a big rigmarole. Oh, I needed what credit card did you put it on? Do you have a receipt? Because the thing is, I didn't have a physical receipt because they mailed it to me. And it didn't come with a receipt. All it had was the mailing label on the outside of the box. So I didn't even have a receipt. But man, he was like, done. Go ahead. So, wow, that was interesting. So I actually really, it was like, that wasn't bad. At least the employees are like so matter of fact and don't give a shit either. He's like, yeah, just go right through there. No one cares. Yeah, just get out of here. Take the new one. I don't care. It's fine. Like, all right. Sounds good to me. Now the other thing that happened, why didn't I mail it back? Because they don't accept mail returns. What I just said, you were here late. I tried to do it. and it literally says return. You click on it, it says we don't accept mail returns. You have to take it to a physical store. I was like, oh my god. Anyway, so the other thing is a little alarming. Not the end of the world because I'm already planning on doing it. But basically, I had a big problem with my PC. My streaming PC, not the gaming PC, thankfully, not the over $2,000 high-end gaming PC. That thing is great. I haven't had a problem with it yet. But my streaming PC, which is over a decade old, it's really starting to show signs of problems now. Okay, I'm noticing that when I was recording Life is Strange the other day, it was saying that the CPU is at like 60%, and I'm like, it's Life is Strange for God's sakes. There's like no action in this. So why is my CPU being strained to 60 something percent just recording this very simplistic game? Normally, it would get pushed if it's like a high action. Like I put in Call of Duty or something. Usually, you notice the CPU is much higher. But I'm looking at it like, I don't get it. And I'm starting to think, yeah, we're starting to see signs that this thing's it's conking out. And then, so here's what actually happened that was pretty bad. So, as you know, Friday was my final streaming day of the week. The first stream, I finished Life is Strange. Then I filmed DSP Tries It. Then I went on a break and I came back and I did my fighting game stream. So I had a ton of videos to upload and I couldn't upload them all in time for the second stream. So all I did is I uploaded the podcast and DSP Tries It after my first stream. I saved the Life is Strange gameplay. Then after the late stream of fighting games, I then uploaded Life is Strange and the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 fighting game footage at the same time. This did not work very well. My PC, trying to do this, instead of uploading it in a couple of hours, it took like overnight to get the files to upload to YouTube. One of them never finished, it errored out and wouldn't upload. The thing is, I don't think it's on the YouTube side. I think it's my PC. I think it's like the hard drive. It's just having tons of issues now. It's running slow. It's just an example. So yesterday I came into the office to check on it, and I'm clicking on a browser, and the browser's freezing up. I'm like, dude, I'm not doing anything. Why is the browser freezing up? I Control-Alt-Delete to check out Task Manager. That won't open up. It finally opens up after like 2 minutes of waiting, and it claims my disk use is at like 60%. I said, I'm not doing anything. I'm not saving a file. I'm not playing a file. Like, what is going on? So I think it's dying, to be honest. I really feel like sad. And it's sad because, man, I've used this PC for over a decade. Like I said, it's hilarious because the day I got it, my detractors, even yes, over a decade ago, are like, he bought a lemon. This has been the longest running PC I've ever owned in my life. I've never had a PC I've used for over 10 years. It's a workhorse monster. So I spent like $3,000 on this thing when I bought it 10 years ago, but I got a lot of value out of it. So I am not upset in any way, shape, or form, but it's time to retire the old girl, right? So I am definitely looking to get a new one, and I want to save money. I don't want to spend a ton of money if I can avoid it. It is just for streaming and capturing. I'm not going to play games on it. I have a dedicated gaming PC, so I'm definitely thinking getting one that's like maybe mid-range. What it is, I need it to be able to obviously capture and stream at very good quality. I want it to be able to stream at 2 different qualities. So a higher quality for YouTube, but a lower quality for Kick. I want to be able to do that dual streaming of, best of both worlds. And I'm not sure what I need to do that, honestly. I hope that I can figure that out soon so that I can get the right one. Also, I'm going to get a new capture device that will allow me to do stuff like, hopefully, maybe 4K. I don't know about... See, the thing is, right now I can play all games at 4K 60 frames if I wanted on my PC and on my PS5 Pro. But the capture device to do that might be pretty crazy, and I don't know what kind of hard drive space we're talking about to save a 4K video in 60 frames. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure. I'm just not sure what to do right now and what I really need. I'm probably going to be talking to people over the next week to figure this out, exactly what components should I get for this thing. And I'm looking either Black Friday, Cyber Monday, that weekend. I'm hoping I can get a good deal on a PC and get it. Because like I said, at this point, I'm really nervous. Oh, I forgot to say. So this morning, the PC, I'm getting set up for stream. I'm about to turn it on, and my PC pops up and says, hard drive errors detected. Restart your PC to fix them. I said, what? I have not seen it say that in the entire 10 years I've used the PC. I was like, what the hell? So I restarted the PC, and it did 2 checks of the hard drive, and then it restarted, and now I'm using it, and I'm recording. I hope it doesn't die. Okay, so I guess we'll see. But yeah, it definitely looks like to me I got to get a new PC probably next week during that Black Friday weekend. Like, you're probably going to be off Amazon. Let's be honest. Amazon has really good deals usually, unless I can see a really good deal from like an online thing, like a Best Buy or a Walmart or something like that. I'm probably going to end up getting it from Amazon, right? So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But next week is probably the week. I know we've been waiting a long time, but I think it's time. And then the thing is, the question will be, when do I migrate? Because that's going to be challenging. The migration is going to be tough because I've got to get all of my files that I use to capture and stream onto this new PC, get them all lined up, all new software, because I've been using outdated versions of software for years. So now I got to get the latest version of software and everything, and then just figure out how to get all my files to work with it. I just know it's going to be a nightmare. It's not going to be like, oh, guys, new PC day. Let's just plug it right in and start streaming. It ain't going to be like that. It's going to be like pain in the ass, setting up, work for a couple of days before I can get it working right. I guarantee it's going to be a pain in my ass. So it is what it is, but I'll get it done, but I got to buy it. So hopefully I can find a good deal. Obviously we're all going to be working on this together. I'll keep you in the loop and everything because, without a good streaming PC, I can't stream. That's what you guys are here for every day, right? So I'll let you know. Okay. So that was Phil's day off. The other thing is I did get to spend a good amount of time with my wife. So now I have migrated both the regular PS5 and the Xbox Series X downstairs to the living room, and my wife now uses them both for gaming. She had been playing Planet Coaster 2 for about a week. She doesn't really like it. To be honest, I agree with her. Like, I remember when she played Planet Coaster 1, it was better. Planet Coaster 1 actually had more interesting content than the sequel. What they did with the sequel was they added water park stuff. So now you can do like a big water park rides, like the water coasters or slide where they come flumes. But when they did that, they took away all the customization options you used to have. Like, you used to be able to do a pirate park, a fantasy park, a space park, and that was all neat. They took all that content out of the game, and now it's just kind of basic park, but you can put water rides in it. But that's not what everyone wants to do. People want, you might get nice custom parks, you can do all different parks. You can't even do that. So they released the game, they charged full price for it, and they acted like it was a good sequel when in reality they removed content. You want to know what this reminds me of? The Sims. It totally reminds me of The Sims. The Sims used to do that shit all the time. They would say, oh, it's The Sims 2, it's The Sims 3, it's The Sims 4, and it would come out, and all the features you liked from the last game were removed. Oh, but don't worry, we're going to sell that to you later as a DLC. But it was in the last game. This is supposed to be the new one. Why would it not have the content? It doesn't make sense. But it seems like that's the route they're going with this game. So she got pretty upset, and I don't blame her. She bought this game expecting it to be better than the first, and it seems like it's actually legitimately worse than the first. So, that sucked. But then she got, she was already had it, and she had stopped playing for a long time. She got back into this home renovations game, where what you do is, you go into a home. Well, there's two things you can do in this game. In one case, you're a house flipper. So you go into like a busted up house, and you like renovate it. You sell junk in it, you knock down walls, you make it a nice house, then you try to sell it for a profit. The other half is that you're basically like a cleanup crew. So you like go into a house that's like wrecked, and it's like someone's house they already own, but they tell you, oh, what I'd like you to do is I'd like to make my kitchen open concept. I'd like you to make it, change this bedroom into a bathroom. And so that's what you do. You go in there and you basically like do creative renovation things with the house. And my wife loves that. She likes, home decor and stuff like that. So she started playing it, and she actually really likes it. So, yeah, pretty good. And so she is playing that on the Xbox Series X. So now she has both consoles to play on. Whenever games come out, she actually wants to play. But I mean, again, same thing with me. Like I just said, this year's been almost dead for games, correct? It really has been. There's nothing, no high-profile games. For her, even less. Like normally this season, there'd be a couple games she's interested in. Nothing. She's not even playing new games. She's playing Planet Coaster 2, which is a flop for her, and now she's playing a home renovation game. There's nothing out to play that's interesting, Maybe she would have tried Assassin's Creed Shadows if it were out, but, So anyway, I had an okay day yesterday, an interesting mix of stuff going on, and wanted to keep everybody in the loop. All right. So, folks,